Right, well, ladies and gents, apparently you can fail up in the world. I'll tell you what, please someone get me to Hollywood just so I can keep, I don't know, take a dump on some studio exec's desk and just say, I don't know, call him a prick or something. Because apparently that will land me probably the biggest paycheck in history. As per Elizabeth Banks. That's what Elizabeth Banks has just done. She shat out Charlie's Angels. It lost hundreds, about $150 odd million so far. And she's now getting more work. How? Oh, sorry. No, I do know how. It's because she's got a fanny between her legs. She's got a good old clam. She's got a pasty down there. That's how, that's why. Because there's no other reason, because her resume isn't that good, is it? Her resume as a writer and a director is not that good. So you tell me how someone with a crap resume can keep getting work. Because if it was any other industry, you wouldn't. But because it's the industry which revolves around guilt-tripping people non-stop, and the fact that we're focusing on, genitalia as your resume these days, that's what this is all about. No other industry would this be allowed. No other industry. Let's say, I don't know, Samsung workers, for instance. I bet you the man who designed, well, I don't know this, but I'm sure someone would have got fired when those exploding phones kept happening, right? Pretty sure someone would have incurred some hefty issues there. Yeah? Yeah, probably. But Elizabeth Banks, no. No issue at all. Why? She's been hired to direct and star in The Invisible Woman for Universal. Important things to note though, right? This is not going to be like The Invisible Man. And I know you're probably thinking to yourself, well, it couldn't possibly be. No, of course it's not going to be. Because The Invisible Man is all about essentially a crazed stalker psycho dude. But we can't portray women like that, can we? Oh, good God. If this is not... I don't know, pandering bias or whatever, I've no idea. But seriously, like, Hollywood is the only place on the planet where you can take a figurative and probably literal shit on a Hollywood director's director, executives, producer, who cares, doesn't matter, desk, and probably get a pay rise. They'll probably bow to it. Probably bow to it and say, the art, the gall. We're going to give you some more money. Let's look at this, right? Director and actress Elizabeth Banks will be directing and starring in a new Invisible Woman film for Universal following her box office failure with Charlie's Angels. According to a report from Variety's Justin Kroll, who is often right, his track record is really good. Banks will star and direct in the film based on her original pitch. Well, her pitch for Charlie's Angels wasn't so good, was it? And this is what I go back to. If you've got a fanny, you got a pussy in Hollywood, you're all good. There you go, there's a phrase for you. Got pussy in Hollywood, it's all good. You fail up. Whatever you got flapping around between your legs, as long as there's two lips there, you're all good. It's absolutely fine. It's no worries. You can do no wrong. You can do no wrong. And what is this, self-imposed guilt or something? Do studio execs just think, well, if we fire Elizabeth Banks because she literally lost us, well, at the very least, $100 million, we'll get labelled sexist or something? I don't know. Is that what it is? Apparently so. Banks will team up with the girl on the train scriptwriter, Erin Cressida Wilson, of course. And she will also produce alongside Max Handelman. So far, plot details are unknown. But Kroll reports that his sources tell him Banks' pitch is very different from The Invisible Man coming out in February that stars Elizabeth Moss, and there is no crossover potential on either film. Of course there's not. Ladies and gents, of course there's not. Why? Because Invisible Man is already more toxic than Todd Phillips' Joker. We cannot have women portrayed bad. We're not allowed. It's got to be men. Women do no wrong, for they have the vajayjay. What a biased lump of shit Hollywood really is. Seriously. This could mean that the film might pull from its comedic origins. Because that worked for Charlie's Angels, didn't it? The Invisible Woman was originally a 1940 film released by Universal that starred Virginia Bruce, John Barrymore, John Howard, Charlie Ruggles, and Oscar Homolka. It was the third Invisible Man, following The Invisible Man and The Invisible Man Returns. The film centered on a fire department store model being the first test subject for an invisibility machine. Well, that won't happen. Can't have women be test subjects. Oof. That's sexist. She uses her newfound ability to get back at her mean boss and has to defend the experimental machine from gangsters. Blackie Cole. Wouldn't be able to call him that anymore. That's racist. And his gang who want to steal the device. The announcement comes 2 years after Universal scrapped the idea of an interconnected dark universe that was supposed to launch in 2017 with The Mummy starring Tom Cruise. That film failed at the box office, only grossing $80 million domestically and $409.9 million worldwide. It had an estimated budget of $200 million, which included marketing, probably about 400 plus million, about that, plus theatre cuts. You'd have had to take a lot of money to make any money back on that. Kroll reports Universal is approaching their monster IP similar to how DC approached Joker. He writes, the studio had originally planned on creating an interconnected universe with its vast catalogue of monster IP. However, the studio reassessed and decided to move forward with filmmaker-driven projects based on the monsters' legacies, focusing on what made the characters endure over time. Who, outside of, who now can admit that they've ever heard of the Invisible Woman before this fucking video? No one. But no one has, realistically. But apparently, it's endured over time. Of course it has. This is trash. This is total trash. Elizabeth Banks, you don't deserve this. Your resume sucks. You are proven as a bad director. You're proven as a bad writer. And you failed up. The only place in the world, essentially, where if you've got certain bits flip-flopping between your legs, you're all good. But like I say, it couldn't possibly be anything like The Invisible Man, could it? It's not allowed, ladies and gents. Why is The Invisible Man allowed to be like this, then? Why is The Invisible Man... Bearing in mind, FYI, I think The Invisible Man looks like trash, because it really does. Why would a millionaire fake his own death just to get back at his ex by giving her money but proving she's psychotic to then take the money back whilst not being able to earn any more money because he faked his own death? That is nonsense. Just don't give her any money in the first place. Just ruin her life by other means. It's fairly easy. But good old Hooknose here, she's going to beat him. Isn't she? Of course she is. But it couldn't possibly be about some rando stalker woman. No, because only men can do bad. Man bad. Woman good. Fuck this. Honestly. Just ridiculous. And again, look, check this out, right? This is what it says. The film revolves around Elizabeth Moss's Cecilia Cass as she's haunted by the ghost of her dead ex, Adrian. The first trailer reveals the abusive man slit his wrists and committed suicide after she fled their violent relationship, leaving her $5 million from his fortune to make things right. The one condition he stipulates is she can't be deemed mentally unstable. This turns out to be part of his game, as he figures out a way to become invisible and repeatedly attacks her to erode her sanity. Oh, you're getting back at her there, mate. You're really getting back at her. Dumb as shit. Dumb as shit. It's so stupid, honestly. It's pretty messed up, not to mention... I'm probably going to do a video just on this article soon. Let me know if you want me to do a video on this article of how apparently this is all incredibly toxic and Joker and all this kind of stuff. Like, they frame that Joker's actually bad, but this is apparently, you know, also bad. Joker wasn't bad. Anyway, whatever. I've talked enough crap. Elizabeth Banks, you don't deserve money. Ever. Honestly, you don't deserve anything. Your resume is proven to not be good. Your track record is bad. I don't understand how you've got this. So whatever. What do you think of this? Love to hear it. Let me know down below. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Turn the bell notifications on. Existing subscribers and new ones. But anyway, guys, I have been Mr. H. Take care.